beautiful Aquarians, welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for March 2022. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram or Patreon. I'll never ask you for your credit card details and I'll never ask you for personal details either. So if anyone masquerading as me asks you for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful. There's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Aquarians, so the new moon is in Pisces. That occurred on the 2nd of March. So you may have been feeling a little bit more sensitive than usual, a little bit more philosophical, but this time period actually connects to the dreamer within us all. So this is all about our personal or professional goals and focusing on that creative side. So you may have a boost of energy in the next couple of days to really take on a passion project or really inject that energy into your career goals or a personal goal and be right on target with whatever it is you set out to do. Also, some of you may be feeling a little bit more poetic than usual or romanticizing situations. It is a time period to remember to keep being honest with yourself as well. And whilst it's wonderful to lose ourselves in that fantasy and imagination, we've also got to get real about taking action in certain areas of our life, okay? We'll all be working on ourselves on a deeper level. You may feel, as I said, a little bit more philosophical, but this period is peak manifestation period. So the new moon actually aligns with Jupiter, planet of good luck, expansion and opportunity. So expect things to turn out the way that you're hoping for, and some lucky breaks to come your way in March. Now, we also have that full moon in Virgo on the 18th of March. That aligns with Pluto, which is very transformational. So you may see things shift in terms of perspective, but also things that are hidden come to light, whether they are emotions that we are avoiding or whether they are situations we are trying to avoid. That Virgo new moon does not allow us to avoid anything at all, especially with that Pluto influence, okay? Now, also, at the beginning of the month, with that Pisces element, we all start to feel a little bit more attractive or start to love ourselves in our current form. So that is a very positive aspect of that new moon. But then we have, to counterbalance it, we have that aspect from Virgo, which we can be a little bit more critical about ourselves right at the end of the month. Spirit wants you to be aware of having compassion with yourself right at the end of the month. Now, what does it mean for you in particular? Well, your second house is activated at the first half of the month. So you may be focusing on career aspects or your finances and how you value yourself, because the second house is about value, about the things that you are trying to achieve and the energy that you put into things, making sure you get out of the situation, what you're hoping to, okay? So you may be looking at how you value yourself, how people value you, but this is also not just about your possessions and your property, but it's about your integrity, okay, and your self-worth. I'm just gonna get all your cards before I start your reading. Now also at the end of the month, your 8th house of transformation is actually aspected there as well. So you'll be transforming your energy, you'll be transforming your money, you'll be paying debts, for example. This is also, how would you like to receive? Thank you so much. We've got the Justice card, we've got the Temperance card, we've got the Death card, and we've got the Chariot card. Most signs, it's really interesting the alignment that's occurring here. Most signs are actually having the Chariot card right at the end of their reading because they're moving forward and they're shifting, they're leaving things behind. Now, a lot of people believe that this time of the year is the actual authentic new year. So maybe that sort of influence where we're all embracing the new, but it could be that we're, you know, as we move into April, March, April time, I feel like we're opening ourselves up to more potential, more possibility. But your 8th house, you may feel a little bit more sensual than usual, or you start to vibe with people and in a different way, and you find that lusty, free spirit within yourself. Now, the first card you have is the Mask. And it says, remove the mask and learn to live the way you are. Live original. What's hidden? Hiding true self. Lies. Okay. Now, I don't feel like you lie, my beautiful Aquarians. I don't feel like you lie at all. Not to yourself and not to others. What I feel here is that you've had to be strong in life, and you're the sort of person that if someone asks you how you're doing, you'll probably say, oh yeah, I'm fine, thanks. How are you? When really you may be crushed inside. You may have been going through a very difficult period, but I feel like you're trying to put a smile on it, or you're trying to appear to everybody, it's all right, I got everything, it's all fine, it's all fine, when really you may be actually trying to multitask or spin loads of plates, and you're feeling a little bit frazzled, because I feel like you've got a really good poker face, and whilst some people may call it a mask, I feel like it is a protective measure, because it's almost like if you let anyone see what you're going through right now, I feel like there's energy here of you feeling like you'll crumble or something like that. I will pull a quick card on this. It's actually number 25, which is the Chariot card. When you reduce it, 2 + 5 is 7, the Chariot card. So I feel like you are moving away from that. I feel like some of you have like decided to get so like authentic and honest, where you're like, if someone, say for example, you're in the coffee store and you've gone up to order a coffee, and the person behind the desk says, how's your day? And you're like, it's awful. Actually, I'm having the worst day ever. And they're like, oh, well, I hope it gets better. And you're like, yeah, me too. It's you know, it's pretty grim, but you know, I'm trying to navigate it the best way I can. And that person is like, okay, have this coffee on the house. You deserve it. I feel it's that level of you not having the pretense anymore. If your boss is turning around and go, hey, how's that project going? Yeah, the project's going really well, but I'm overworked and I totally deserve a raise for this. I feel like there's that level of spark, that tenacity, that feisty that you're feeling right now. You may have even fantasized about telling your boss, you know, that you deserve a raise, or that, you know, no, I'm not going to do 3 people's work for no extra money. I feel like there's that, because we got the Justice card here, there is a biting truth about you in the month of March, okay? Now, I feel with the Temperance card as well, there's just this energy. I just feel in March you've got an edge, okay? They're showing me a film. Wow, what is that film? It's really famous. It's got Michael Douglas in it. You know when Michael Douglas is having a really bad day and everything goes wrong, and then at the end he's like getting a baseball bat and he's like smashing things up and he's like, I just wanted a coffee, or something like that. I don't know what that film's called, but it's coming right now. I can see like they're showing me like a scene from it. He's got a briefcase and things like that. I feel like he's got glasses. Yeah, he's turning to the side in the image now. I can see he's wearing glasses. So it's almost like the straw that broke the camel's back. Now, I'm not saying that you're going through a difficult period or that's how your March is going to be, but I feel like you're exhibiting that level of honesty, where if someone asks you how things are, you're going to be really straight with them. No more sort of covering up, or no more social niceties. It's not that you're going to be mean, but I feel like you're fed up of pleasantries. That's what I'm getting here. So I feel like the mask is off. You're showing people your authentic self. And whenever you actually do that, it's the most liberating thing, because the people who love you and who want to be by your side, they will always love you and be by your side. You actually sort the wheat from the chaff. If anyone cannot take your wonderful authentic self, then they don't deserve a place in your world, okay? So we've also got Heyoka, okay? And it says here, don't avoid whatever is triggering you. Move through it and heal yourself. So again, there's something that you've been going through. Maybe you've been feeling a little bit more triggered than usual about certain situations, or things that never really normally get to you have been amplified and started to make you feel a little bit like, oh, come on already. The more spiritual you're trying to be, the more like, I'm going to be Zen, I'm going to like meditate, I'm going to do some yoga. It's almost like it's met with a bit of a backbite at the end, where you feel like you're even more annoyed about small situation. So I feel like you're trying to find your balance, okay? As you're coming into your authentic self, you're actually leading with that greater authenticity, and you're seeing beyond the superficial. So as soon as you start to see the superficial and you start to see the pattern, it starts to make you a little bit like cranky, okay? I don't shoot the messenger when I say that. I'm just picking up this energy of like shifting. There is peace and harmony on the other side. March is actually going to be, I feel, quite a positive, balancing, sort of reinforcing, calming force on your current situation, whatever it is you're going through. But it says mirror, empath, triggers, need healing. Remember, you are a sponge, my beautiful Aquarians. You are absorbing the energy around you. And if you find yourself in toxic situations, or you find that sound is really triggering you, it's louder than usual, okay, you're absorbing not just your own energy, you're absorbing the energy around you. And you definitely need protective measures against that, especially if you're an empath, okay? The world is a crazy place right now. It's been crazy forever, but in the last 2 years, it seems to keep being amplified and amplified and amplified. And I feel like you're absorbing that energy. Some of you may have actually cut yourself off from news sources and things like that because you cannot deal with it, okay? You're an air element, so when you start to absorb energies that perhaps are not your own, whether that's in the workspace, a colleague that gets on your nerves or triggers you on purpose, tries to push your buttons, or whether that's a family member. I mean, we've all got them, the ones that push the buttons just to stir the pot because they're feeling a little bit frustrated in their own world. You know, people don't tend to lash out or hurt other people unless they're suffering themselves, okay? Think about animals in a cage. When people feel really frustrated, and a lot of us have been locked down, well, most of us, the whole world has been locked down for a while, and things are shifting, we tend to act out. Okay, that's human nature. It's just like animals. You put them in a cage, at first they don't understand what's going on. They lash out. So I feel there may have been some energy that has been shifting recently into the more positive. Now that's on more of a philosophical energy that I've got coming through here. Also, I feel if you need some sort of protective measure, I would totally use either black obsidian or black tourmaline. That's really good at absorbing negative energy and taking the bite out of the trigger within you. So just so you're aware of that, okay? It's number 50. When you reduce it, it's 5, which is about obstacles or conflict. But number 5 in the major arcanas is the Hierophant. So it's about learning to manage things or situations that cause conflict, because the only person we end up hurting, my beautiful Aquarians, is ourselves. You know, we could be in a traffic jam, for example, and we get to move forward a little bit, and then some person comes and cuts you up and could have caused an accident, and you're screaming at that person like, "You MF, why did you do that? You could have killed us all of those things," and you're so fuming because of their negligence. But the only person it's actually hurting is you, because it's raised an anger within you, okay? It's torn up your emotions, and that person's driven off and they've forgotten about the whole incident, and it hasn't even affected them. But you're left with this. So whatever situation you find yourself in that's triggering you, ask yourself this: will it matter in 5 years' time? If it does not, then let it go, okay? So they're really indicating managing things that perhaps trigger. We've also got longing. Wishing things were different only causes unnecessary suffering. Missing someone, wanting someone, or something. Okay, now what's really interesting, we can wish and long for something to occur or happen within our world, but if we don't do anything about it, it may stay always the same. So I feel like you're making some radical decisions in your life. This is a life-changing decision point that you're at with the Justice card. So March is going to be very important for bringing balance, harmony, and success into your world. But with the Death card, you're changing something. You're letting go of something. So whether that is a relationship that you feel has been, someone has either been breadcrumbing you, or someone comes into your life and makes you feel like you're on top of the world, and then all of a sudden they pull the carpet from underneath your feet. It's making your energy frazzled, okay? And then it causes you to I just got this inner turmoil, okay? I don't know who this is for. It may be very precise, it may not resonate for everyone, but I feel we could all learn something profound from that. The one constant thing in life that we can rely on is change. things change, seasons change, people change, situations change, everything changes. The only one thing we truly have any control or dominance over are our response to those things, our thoughts about those things. We can change how we respond to things. We can actually filter our thoughts and say, I refuse to allow this person or this situation to get to me. I'm rising up, I'm having faith, and I know that I will be where I want to be, okay? There's a difference between wishing, longing, and manifestation, okay? Manifestation is seeing a visualization of what it is you want to achieve, and trusting in the universe that your needs will be met, really feeling it like you got it, okay? But letting it go. Longing leaves us in a state of lack. When we long for things, we've got our hand out to the universe, or we've got our hand out to a person or a situation, because it's like we don't have it. We feel lost. We're empty. So we are searching, we are seeking for something from either the universe or a person, a relationship. Perhaps there's been a separation, that sort of thing. To long for something leaves you in a permanent state of limbo, okay? And it just wastes your time. When you actually dream or wish properly and let it go, that's when you've got more chance of catching your dream. As you can see, she's got all those dream catchers there. So it says, you will basically achieve whatever it is you set out to achieve. But if you keep longing for it, or you keep, watch pot never boils, okay? If we keep longing for something, we're perpetuating a cycle of believing that we'll never have it, because we're always feeling like we don't have it, we don't have it, we don't have it. We're longing. But if we just give like an order to the universe and show gratitude and then just leave it, it will show up in your world, okay? Now we've also got final goodbye. It's time to permanently close this chapter in your life. No second chances, not for you, closed path. So there's definitely something here that does not deserve a place in your world, and you've recognized and matured enough to realize you're putting yourself first and you're waving goodbye, literally, to a past situation that caused all this triggering. Whether it is a previous relationship that knocked your confidence or made you feel like you were not good enough. Remember, whenever someone rejects you, they are actually rejecting a part of themselves, and they see a part of themselves in you, and that is the part that they're rejecting. They don't like what they see because it opens up a part of themselves that they do not wish to access, okay? So we often project our energy. When you think about a cup of love, we have that cup to start with when we're born. We put in that cup how we feel about ourselves. So if there's self-loathing, if there's suspicion, insecurity in that cup, we give that cup to the other person to drink, and they are actually left with that as a parting gift in a relationship that does not go to term, okay? So we want to fulfill ourselves by putting self-love, care, healthy boundaries, strong self-esteem, balance, harmony, all of those things in that cup, so that we actually exchange a cup that is healthy when it comes to love or friendship or situations. We value ourselves. So that is why your second house of value is so important at the beginning of this month. And there's something here that you feel does not deserve a place in your world, and you're valuing yourself and letting it go. Again, whether that is a toxic work situation, friendship, relationship, or it is emotions you're processing from a previous experience. Carrying that baggage only makes you feel heavier, okay? And keeps you from opening yourself up to true abundance. Now also, we've got birds. It's time to expand your wings. No one can bring you down. Freedom awaits, soaring high, thriving. You have to let all of this go so that you can achieve this state where you're elevating, okay? Also, there's going to be freedom in March. I also see you've got your eye on something or somebody. We're going to see how that goes, because I feel like this is something that I feel like you're putting an end to shyness, or an end to feeling out of control. I feel like you are actually going towards the object of your desire, whether that is a career goal, personal goal, or someone that you have feelings for. I see you going towards the object of your desire. That's what I'm getting here. Now we will go deeper and see what's coming towards you. But again, it's number 7. Okay, they want you to be aware that this is number 72, and when you reduce it, 7 plus 2 is 9, which is the hermit energy. You have matured enough to know what you need to let go of. You've sought the knowledge, you've looked deep within you, and you've been reflective. You've actually stepped back from something that you felt you needed to think about, whether that person, situation, or that person or that situation deserve a place in your world, and you're letting it go. But I see it sets you free. And I feel like you saw high above, and you go after goals, dreams, or whatever it is you're trying to achieve. And I feel like you're not looking back, okay? We've also got fire. That's your final card in the terms of energy. It's number 53. When you reduce it, 5 plus 3 is 8, which is the number of the self. So there is a fire in your soul, but there's also an inner calm. There's courage, there's control, there's patience, there's a rising up, okay? And I feel like you're moving forward to ignite the passion within your soul, to achieve something. And I feel like you're trying to get that spark back, or you're trying to stoke the fire of passion to make life interesting again. It says, exciting times are approaching that will give you a new sense of hope. Intense feelings, passion, drive, action, okay? So I feel like your decision in this moment, the justice, whether you are separating from a situation or you're making a decision to change some element of your life, this is cause and effect, okay? This is your protagonist energy. You're naturally going to make a decision that brings more excitement, more energy, more drive, more passion into your life. And I feel like you need to prepare yourself, get ready for this by releasing anything that's stagnant in the past. You don't need that. It's just dulling your shine. Don't let anyone dull your shine, okay? Now, the Justice card is your protagonist energy. The Justice is about fairness. It is also about value, you weighing up things in your world. So it really does connect to that second house of value, how you value yourself and how you value situations, okay? The Justice card also is a card of, it's a decision point where you have to weigh up something, but it is a win-win situation. You find a solution, you find your personal truth, because this is in your protagonist energy. I feel like some of you may be making an adjustment in your world, trying to be fair but also logical about a situation. There may have been someone who is very insensitive in your world, or may have, given you cause to believe that they were unfair or dishonest. I feel like you are moving on from that, harmonizing. I feel some of you may be going through some sort of legality that is coming to an end. Perhaps you've been going through court proceedings for many, many years, or for a while. They could be coming to an end, and there's a successful sort of outcome for you. But I feel rather than the successful outcome, you're just happy and glad it's over, okay? So just so you're aware. But there may be a tense moment where you're wondering, it just feels very chaotic and out of your control, but it turns in your favor. There is a fair outcome, but I feel with the Chariot card, there is an element that you win something. You win something there. The Justice card, I feel like with the Justice card, you're being really honest with yourself in the decisions that you need to make. And okay, thank you so much. I'm so grateful. They're just showing me in the water, because I'm scrying at the same time as doing your reading, that someone just broke a glass or a cup. Okay, so either you did that in the last day or so, or just as you're listening to this reading, broke a glass or a cup. They're saying, may all your bad luck be with it. Okay, it's almost like the smashing of the glass or the cup. They're showing me that the chaotic period or the unlucky period that you felt like you were going in is over. Okay, it broke your luck. That's what they're kind of giving me. Now, the Justice card also is about you getting what you truly deserve, okay? Because you've worked really hard. And again, I just get this, these cards came out of this deck, and it's all about authenticity, being your true self. And I don't ever expect anything less of you, my beautiful Aquarians, but you may have been struggling with something where you felt like you had to be like holding it all together, or you had to be strong in a situation, even when you're buckling and wanting to like say, this is unfair. How could this be happening? You know, I work really hard. I truly deserve an opportunity to, you know, have a breakthrough or transform for the positive. Why are things like taking so long? So I feel if you've been going through a real test of faith recently, I feel like you're coming through that on the other side in a really positive way. Now, the Temperance card in this position feels a little bit like out of control, okay? A little bit of disruptive energy may have come your way. Also, you may be feeling a little bit impatient about something that has not shown up in your world. And you're trying to find either a compromise or you're trying to find balance. Now, okay, bon chance. Bon chance? I'm probably saying this all wrong. They're giving me a word. I'm trying to read it. Bon chance. Okay, I'm going to spell it, okay, because my French is diabolical. I do apologize to everybody who speaks French out there. I really want, I'm going to attempt it one more time. Bon chance. Maybe not. Okay, BONCHANCE. So that could be like good circumstances, or, I mean, it might be good luck. Bon is good, I guess, or sweet. Chance is like chance, like opportunity, or yeah, I feel like it's good opportunity, perhaps, or good luck. So that's what's coming out in the water right now. So either you just wrote that, or you are French, and again, I do apologize for not getting the right way of pronouncing that. But they're showing, I mean, maybe some of you are thinking about going to France, for example. That word is important. So it may even be the name of a store or the name of a company that you're setting up. So please take it as it resonates. I feel like you're going to see that word in March. It's something you're going to see. It's either on a billboard, or it could be a company name or something. It is resonant. It is something to resonate with this reading, to let you know that yes, this is definitely some sort of lucky break or some sort of new luck or new success that is coming on in for you. Now, I feel like they really want you to be patient with something. If you are, for example, signing contracts, perhaps some of you are moving. We got the Chariot card there. Perhaps you're leaving a home to move to a new home. It's going to be a lot more of a lucky period where you're at there. And you may be dealing with contracts, because the Justice card can also be about contracts. With the Temperance card, I would say don't rush things, okay? You may feel like you want to get a deal done. You may feel like you want things to be over already, but I would say just make sure that you pay attention to the contract and the small print. Do your due diligence. Only because we got the Death card here, and they're really highlighting a tear. Okay, so I feel like, and there's tears here on the Justice card as well. So it feels like if you go too fast, because we got the Chariot card there, I mean, there could be repercussions. So I would just take it easy, take it slow, make sure you check everything out. But the most important thing with the Temperance card is to recognize that some sort of anxiety or some sort of triggering that has occurred within you recently will come to peace. Your heart will be fulfilled. And again, we've got another deck that says you're going to be soaring like a bird, okay? It's even like a similar bird. Bird of prey there. I mean, this one's probably a dove, but you know, we've got you elevating in some way. Just be patient. And I know a lot of you are screaming at the screen right now, like, Baba, I'm always patient, but it never comes round. I do feel like there's an end of chaos, or there's an end of a stagnant situation for you, an end of anxiety, but just be patient in March, okay? Now we got the Death card as an outcome energy, so there is some radical transformation going on in the latter part of your month. Now that full moon is in Virgo, but it aligns with Pluto, and Pluto governs Scorpio, which is about, you know, sort of rebirth, transformation, change, the cycles that occur in life. So this is you like rising from the ashes of something. So if you felt like you've been going through a tough time or something has been unfair in your world, no matter how much you work, you've not achieved what you wanted to set out to achieve, then I feel like there is a real change and shift in your immediate circumstances. The Death card is also a reminder not to hold on to things that cause you pain, because those emotional exchanges tend to keep us stuck in our own minds. Okay, the things of the past, for example, it's wonderful to think back on situations of the people that we loved, still love, or the woulda, coulda, shoulda conversations that we all should have had in certain circumstances. But if we live in that place in the past, in our heart or in our brain or in our mind, then we will never live in the present. We will never look to the future. So be mindful if you're looking back a lot recently, which can happen. We did have some retrogrades there. So I feel like they really want you to release something that has a cycle to it, that no matter what you do, it always has the same outcome. Now, whether that's a relationship with a person or whether that is you are being so open-hearted to a person, you always give them the benefit of the doubt again and again and again. I feel like this is you kind of like saying, no, not anymore. Things are changing, okay? I feel like you're moving past any obsessive energy or anything that is holding you resistant or immobilizing you, even if you felt really stagnant and unmotivated in your world. I feel like that energy is shifting and you're going to get a boost of energy, which really connects to your ambition as well. The Chariot card is a movement forward card, but it is a call to take action on something. So some of you are going to be having radical changes here. Some of you are going to be really honest with yourself and you recognize you're going through some sort of rite of passage in your world where you've had a real test, but it was in order to change your way of thinking so that you can gain greater wisdom, so that you can see that you bring a lot to the table, you have a lot to offer life, and that you will be successful at whatever it is that you set out to do. The Chariot card is about directional gauge as well. So you may have been challenged to make a decision. As you can see, these are two cards about decision points. So I feel like you will make a decision that is right for you and you will get what you truly deserve and desire. And whatever path you choose instinctively, that is the one that will be very successful, okay? This card is about victory. It's about conquest. It is about high energy, triumph, and success. Okay, this was about your willpower as well, your commitment, your dedication to achieve whatever it is you set out to. So even if it's like simply, finish off your documentation, sign the contracts that you've been putting off, or tie up loose ends on a project or things that you start. I feel sometimes you may feel a little bit impatient, a little bit like, oh, I can't face this right now. But I see March as being a really sort of fulfilling month where there's no procrastination. I feel like you're being really pragmatic and getting things done. But the Chariot card says you're on the right path towards success and you are making the right changes that are necessary in your world. Now, also, I feel some of you may actually be thinking about traveling, because right now they're showing me a postcard. And on that postcard, they're showing me lots of stars. Now, Aquarius, the star is your card, okay? But I feel now either this is somewhere that you've always dreamed to go, perhaps it's a dream vacation, or someone is sending you a postcard and they've like drawn lots of stars on it, or there are stars on it. Perhaps it's the star sky, or maybe you're putting yourself thinking about going on a vacation where it's like a place maybe where you look to the stars. I mean, it may be somewhere like, I don't know, Iceland or Greenland, or somewhere where you want to catch the northern lights, things like that, because they're showing me loads of stars on this postcard. So either you're going to get some sort of correspondence from a friend that went there, or you're going there, you're planning it, or you've just come back from there and you sent some postcards from there and you were drawing stars on it yourself, or there's stars on the postcard. So please take it as it resonates. That's really precise. It may not resonate for everyone. I mean, some of you, if I'm decoding, because they're showing it to me in the water, so I have to decode it. Some of you may actually be traveling for your work, or traveling, I mean, look at that, action. we got the Knight of Swords there. So you are moving forward at high speed ahead. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Aquarians? What do they need to know? Can you please guide them for their highest good? Just to let you know, I'm using the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot, and I'm using only the uprights in this deck, just so you're aware. The other deck I was using, the black and gold cards, are beautiful deck. The White Witch Tarot by Maya de Aoust. And we also have the Mahrukh X Shamanic Heart Oracle. They were the first cards that I was using, just in case you're wanting to know. All of the names of the decks are below, so you can be aware. Thank you so much. We've got the Hermit. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Okay, they want me to go one more, so I will. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide Two of Wands? Okay, so let us see what we've got going on here. Now, the first card here is the Knight of Swords. This is about big life changes. Whenever you get the Knight of Swords, this is about movement forward, okay? This is also about bravery, momentum, gathering that warrior type spirit to achieve something, okay? This is the sort of knight that says they're going to do something and then does it, okay, and achieves it. So I feel like you are radically making decisions and changing things in your world, and you're having the courage to do it. You may also be cutting things out that no longer serve that purpose in your world. This card literally means lifestyle change, okay? And we have the Strength card there as well. So you're having the courage to make the changes necessary to get what you truly deserve, okay? You're also being really honest with yourself. You're asking yourself, what do I need to change in order to get to where I want to go? Now, I feel most of these changes are actually to do with your confidence, because we've got the Courage card here, the Strength card, and we've got the Queen of Wands. The only thing, you've got it all going on in other areas of your life. You're talented, you are smart, you are beautiful both inside and out, you've got a really good heart, you're super honest. Even when you're breaking, I feel like you don't tell people that you're breaking or you're struggling with something, because you're always thinking about the other person. You don't want to burden them with what's going on in your world, okay? Remember, a problem halved is a problem shared. And most people actually, they want to help. Deep down, you may be thinking, oh, I don't want to burden anybody with that problem that I've got. I'll just keep it to myself. But actually, it creates a bond. People want to reach out, especially in the age that we're living in right now. People need to reach out to each other and stand in solidarity and say, I got you, and build a bond. Say, this is what I'm going through, and that's what you're going through, and let's go through these things together and share it, okay? You may be very private, and of course, if you don't feel like you cannot share whatever it is that's on your mind, know that people do love you and want to support you, okay? That's just coming through for someone out there. They really need to hear that. But the Knight of Swords is someone who, again, seeks the truth, really, sort of decides, this is what I need to change. Spirit is indicating the only thing that you truly need to change is, your courage, you've got courage. It's also, I feel like sometimes you struggle with low self-esteem, or you feel like you're not good enough in some way, especially since we've got the Queen of Wands right here. Sometimes you may feel like you're not beautiful, or you're not handsome, or you don't fit into the traditional molds that society, people say we should all fit into. That's your superpower. Nobody wants someone who looks like everybody else. Nobody wants someone who is the same as everybody else. People are craving difference today. They're craving originality. They want someone who stands out from the crowd. That's you, Aquarius. So don't ever dull your shine to, appease other people in your world. You're born to stand out, so let yourself shine. This card here is the Strength card, is number 8. So I feel like you're being, strong within yourself. You are leading with respect. You have respect for yourself. And again, I feel it is basically these 3 cards together is you are strong enough to stand strong to your values. You have integrity, you have respect. So if, for example, you're going to court or have legal proceedings, or you actually are standing up against somebody, maybe it's a bully, maybe it's somebody at work who is pushing your buttons, trying to provoke you, or maybe it's someone who's trying to control you in some way. I feel like you're having the courage to live life on your own terms and say, no, I'm not going that way. I'm standing true to my morals. I know what is right for me, and that is what I stand by. As long as you're not hurting anybody else, this is your life, my beautiful Aquarians. You should be allowed to live it and explore it in the way that you want to. Now, we've also got the Queen of Wands. It is in the Temperance position, and it's in the Resistance position. So this is, the Resistance position is something for March for you to really focus on, which is number one, getting rest. Number two, remembering that you're beautiful or handsome both inside and out, okay? Also, like these two cards together could be literally like get your beauty sleep, okay? Because sometimes it leads you to be a little bit out of whack. And with that new moon in Pisces, that was very intense. A lot of you would have been very sensitive, a bit more teary than usual, or feeling a little bit low vibe. Some of you may have had headaches or had it difficult trying to sleep. That was the new moon phase in Pisces. It was a bit of a bumpy ride, to be honest. And it's not going to get easier on the full moon in Virgo either, because of that critical aspect that goes with it, as well as the Pluto aspect too. But this Queen of Wands, this is all about knowing your worth. This is a very feisty energy, and sometimes you lack a little bit of confidence, or you don't believe in yourself, or sometimes you get angry or frustrated with yourself because you're trying to achieve something, and it's almost like you want to go faster than your legs can carry you. That's the energy that I'm getting. They're saying, slow down. What's the rush? What is meant for you will never pass you by. Breathe easy. You're just putting pressure on yourself, okay? The right opportunities will come towards you when you are in a better mind space. So get some rest, okay? Now, also with this Queen of Wands, this is the card of creative collaborations, soul connections, passion, okay? But remember, your confidence is the key to success. You're turning heads. Now, with the Temperance card in this position and the Four of Swords in this position, I feel like sometimes, especially in March, you're going to see people looking at you, okay? Because, this is a time period where actually we may feel a little bit more attractive right at the beginning of the month, but on that cusp, which is this area here, you may feel a little bit more critical of yourself. So when you see people looking at you in the next sort of week or so, they're looking at you because you're fine, okay? Because you're hot. They think you're really attractive. Don't doubt that. Don't second guess it. Don't look behind you to see, oh, who they're looking at. They're looking at me? Take it straight away. They're looking at you. They're looking right at you because you are attractive, okay? And they are seeing something that they like. That's what they're staring at. So just be mindful of that. I really feel like you're turning heads in March. Also, with this card, I feel like you're in a very inspirational or inspired energy where you're building strong friendships, you're connecting to really sort of strong passions within you. You're in that flow, okay? I also feel like some of you have a vision to achieve something, and you may be like feeling a little bit of burnout, and you may have lost your passion for it, or you may have lost your energy for it, or come across a bit of a brick wall, or a little bit of burnout. That's because they're giving me this energy of trying to, okay, there's an interesting sentence that they've given me there. You're trying to walk before you can crawl. Okay, you're trying to walk before you can crawl. So I guess it's about progress and different stages of it. I mean, we all have to go through different stages. I feel you're making big changes, but they're saying just easy does it, okay? The Four of Swords is also about meditation, implementing a meditation routine or taking some time out to reflect, waiting, okay? Withdrawing for a little while, just to sort of recoup or sort of regroup your energy. Because I feel like there's this, you may feel a little bit off, especially if you haven't had much sleep, or you feel a little bit cluttered in the mind. When you've got a Four of Swords, this is really interesting because I'm just going to give you a little history of the tarot cards now. You may want to fast forward this bit if you're not interested. But anyway, I find it fascinating. But the Queen of Wands, okay, she actually is the only wand in the deck to not have like a gecko or a salamander in the cards. And that represents, the salamander or the gecko represents protection from spirit, okay? And the Queen of Wands actually is very independent and sort of, she leads with her passions. She's someone who, no matter what's going on, her heart and her passion rules the day. And so she's a little bit frivolous, or a little bit, has a lot of feistiness, has a lust for life. So sometimes can be so spontaneous that Spirit's like, oh, okay, there they go again. Your guides may be going, oh, they're going too fast to get, what? I can't even catch up with this cat. I mean, what's going on? So there tends to be like a black cat or some cat in the Queen of Wands cards. And that is because you're independent, you're wild, you're free, you're instinctive. You do what you say you want to do, or where your instinct takes you, where your intuition leads you, okay? So there's no resistance. With the Four of Swords, it says you're protected. So the fact that you've got two of these cards come out together, it says, yeah, be wild, be free, be different, be exciting, be playful, be attractive, be sexual, be all of the things that you can encompass, because we are all of those things at any given moment. It all depends on our confidence to be them, okay? The Four of Swords says you are protected. Okay, we got you. No matter what you want to do, no matter what you want to explore, we got you. So I feel like this is a very important message for you. Who cares what other people think? Just be your wonderful, authentic self. Now, in the outcome position, we have a Six of Swords. Six of Swords is definitely that rite of passage, okay? It can be you sort of moving on from a very difficult or turbulent period in your life. It's an opportunity to calm down. And I feel Spirit is moving you out and protecting you in troubled waters and bringing you, transitioning you to something much better, okay? This card is a transition card. Also, it can be a relocation card. With that Chariot card, some of you may be making big life changes, like moving home or moving jobs, or, deciding to change something about your appearance. I feel like, of course, if you're unhappy with your appearance, then you change the things that you feel comfortable. Don't ever do it for another person. Always do it for yourself. But Spirit's telling me that you're beautiful both inside and out. Okay, so love who you are. You came to this world this way. But of course, I'm not against those things. If people want to nip and a tuck and a tweak in all of those places, then of course, go for it. If it makes you feel great, go for it. The Six of Swords is about moving forward, okay? You're moving away from anything that causes pain. You're moving away from anything that causes disturbance. And we've also got the Two of Cups there. So the Two of Cups at grassroots, taking love out of the situation, taking career out of the situation. This is about your ability to attract what you need. This is your ability to have harmonious sort of relationships and attract the things that you're trying to manifest, the things that speak to your heart. This is also about the universe encouraging you and replenishing you to get out there and explore the things that are meant for you, a divine expression of you following your heart and aligning yourself with wonderful opportunities, either to meet people or whether to meet opportunity and career and money and all of those things. You're being led by the dream, and you will find the right circumstances that meet your vibration. Remember the cup of love I talked about. If your cup of love is full of insecurity, self-loathing, all of those things, you actually energetically match a frequency with a person who has similar attributes to how you're feeling about yourself at this moment. So sometimes you may be wondering why you're attracting the same sort of person or the same sort of situations into your world. It's because you have to change the things that are in the cup for you, okay? And that doesn't just mean that you've got to run a bath, read a book, get yourself a glass of wine and pamper yourself for one night. It is about healthy boundary and self-care routine for life. It's all coming back to your second house of value, okay? And how you value yourself. The Two of Cups also indicates love, okay? There being a romantic partnership or some sort of proposal here coming towards you. I do feel like there's someone here who is having the courage to tell you how they feel, having the courage to tell you that they find you attractive, someone who is really being authentic and open with you and telling you, I feel you may have overthought this and worried how you felt about this person. I feel like they're going to tell you that they want a deeper level of commitment with you, perhaps a proposal, engagement, marriage. I do feel like some of you, your person will pop the question. And the thing is, as soon as this person pops the question, I feel deep down you want to be with this person, but you may take a step back and really think about it because it's surprised you. I feel like there's a moment of feeling a little bit of like you're entering the next stage of life in some way, and you're feeling a little bit nervous about it. For those of you who do not have love in your life and you're looking for new love, I feel like you're taking action in your world. You're radically changing the way that you seek love. You're taking action. You're having the courage to get out there and change your circumstances. So some of you may be like taking the plunge by going to a speed dating night, or you maybe put yourself online to meet someone. It doesn't have to be on a dating app. It can be in a chat room. Some of you may put yourself on a course online to explore your creative passions, and you may meet somebody just out of the blue. So I feel like you are actually aligning yourself with the right people and situations in your life that encourage, support, love, and care for you in the way that you love, support, and care for others. Okay, so I feel like you're getting reciprocity in your world. You're having the courage to value yourself and recognize that what you want wants you, and what you want, you deserve. So I feel you're recognizing that. Also, we've got the Hermit there. Now, the Hermit tends to be a solitary energy. So because we've got a Two of Cups here, I feel this is more about your wisdom. So I do feel like some of you may have a choice in love, and some of you are blissfully single, and you do not want to be with another person. So, you know, it's all about what you want. But the Hermit energy is a little step back, and it is also a Virgo card. So it really connects to that full moon in Virgo on the 18th of March. Okay, I feel some of you may take a little step back at the end of the month to really sort of put a critical eye on your life to make sure that you're on the right path. Some of you may feel a little bit overwhelmed by the energy by the end of the month, because world circumstances are pretty difficult, and I feel like they escalate before they get better. So I feel like, to be honest, I feel like there will be talks, but I feel like it escalates before it gets better. I mean, you don't need to be someone who channels to feel that energy already. So I'm just, you know, giving my 2 cents of the energy. I'm almost afraid to do a reading to find out how that goes, you know. So anyway, I'm going to move on from that. With this energy, the Hermit, I feel like this is time out that is necessary for your growth, okay? This is to rejuvenate your energy. There's something here that you may have persisted with that may have been difficult to or challenging, because the Nine of Wands sees you as a wounded warrior. Now, this means, you know, you're not giving up on something. I feel like you're not giving up on yourself. I feel like you're not giving up. There may be even a relationship here that you and a person, maybe you've fallen out, or there's been some cross words between you in some way. And I feel like there's been a bit of a separation, or, you know, a temporary time out. And I feel both of you have been wounded by this. I do feel like you have been really wounded by this, and you're very guarded, okay? I feel like you're really, with these two cards crossing each other, I really feel like you're really spreading that critical eye upon yourself to see where your blockages are, to see what is worth persisting with and what is not necessary anymore. Also, when it comes to love, I do feel, my beautiful Aquarians, whether it's an experience from your past, I feel like it's from childhood, actually. I feel like from childhood, your confidence has been knocked. Perhaps you were bullied when you were younger, because I'm feeling that energy right here. It's almost like you grew up feeling like you're not attractive, or you're not with the in crowd, or there's something about you that you focused on that you always felt like the loner on the outside. Spirit's indicating that all changes, okay? I feel like you are actually someone who is the life and soul of the party. Maybe you change things about yourself in order to get to that position. People actually crave your company, okay? And in March, I feel like you're really looking at the barriers that you, or the walls that you put up from when you were younger, and how you're now managing to drop them so that you can be more open, because these situations, they actually created a shield. That's why right at the beginning, it's like this mask, okay? You have become tough because world circumstances or your personal circumstances have required you to be so, okay? And I feel like you have battled through a lot. Sometimes you feel a little bit world weary, or you feel a little bit exhausted. You're like, I can't do this anymore. I'm just fed up with this. I'm just, and it comes back to that movie again, where you're just like, something needs to change, okay? Especially with that death card. So I feel like you're being really wise. And that star is in the lantern, which means you're gaining clarity. You're finding your hope again, especially if you've been confused on your path or you've been feeling a lot of despair. I feel like you are actually finding hope again. There's a new you. That's all I keep feeling. There's a new you where you believe in yourself, where you rise up, where you release the blockages. And I feel you take a temporary time out. Because, I mean, this card says, take a temporary time out. It's not for long, but it's to regroup your energy. And you're feeling a little bit jaded or a little bit like you need to wrestle with something or you need to work something out before you move back into the world again. And the Nine of Wands, I mean, it's no accident that they're both number 9s. That's 2 9s together, just so you're aware. Numerical synchronicity. They just said number 9. So I just realized, yeah, there's 2 9s here. Because I'm scrying, they give me a lot of the words that I'm using in the reading, just so you're aware, unless I tell you something that I cannot understand. The 9 of Wands tends to be about caution. You're close to burnout. You may need to stop and reevaluate circumstances. So you may feel a little bit uncertain and you may be taking that temporary time out to really reevaluate and carefully look at your path and see if something else may be right for you at this time. It doesn't mean that you're changing your job. I mean, it can mean that, but I feel like the goal is the same. The Chariot card says you set the goal. You're achieving the goal. You're overcoming the obstacles to achieve the goal. But the Justice card says, maybe I need to tweak the plan to get to the goal. So for example, if you're looking for love and you keep finding the same sort of people and it keeps going in the same way, you're in a cycle of meeting the same people and they're treating you the same way, you may be looking within yourself to build better boundaries and say, I'm sorry, I don't deserve that. I deserve better. So I'm not going to take that red flag. I'm going to shut it down. I'm not going to give people the benefit of the doubt in that situation because I know where that leads. So I feel like you're really assessing. You don't want to be hurt anymore. You don't want to be exhausted anymore. So I feel like you're looking at ways to change that, be wise about it. Now the Two of Wands is an interesting one because the Two of Wands is about mapping your progress, looking at where you need to go, the next step on your dreams. Okay, so I feel these cards are for you to take it's almost like take a stop, look around, take action. The Two of Wands reminds you that you have the whole world in your hands and you can do anything and you can be anybody. Doesn't matter your age, doesn't matter your circumstances. Okay, of course, we all come to this lifetime with a certain set of privilege, okay? So yes, some people are going to get there quicker. Some people are going to, find it very difficult to change their circumstances. But they always say, if you've got determination, if you have a will to succeed, you will get there. And you have the talent, you have the drive, you have the intelligence, you have what it takes to make your plan come to life. No matter the circumstances, you can rise up. That's why they're giving you that bird of freedom. That's why they're giving you that bird of prey, that bird of peace, because they're showing you that you can elevate and you can keep your eye on the target and you can achieve it, okay? The Two of Wands also says sometimes when you cannot see how your dreams will come to form, Spirit reminds you, trust the process, engage in your surroundings. What is meant for you will come to you. And whatever it is you are envisaging, you will align yourself with that perfect situation. The universe is actually bringing you what you need during that waiting time. Sometimes a waiting period is not, it's not wasted. There's still things happening behind the scenes, okay? Now, in terms of love, I do feel like you have been through a bit of a difficult path. I feel like people have knocked your confidence, and I feel like sometimes you've rushed into scenarios with passion and excitement because, I mean, that's what love's all about, of course. But sometimes I feel even in those circumstances, some of those relationships still made you feel alone. Okay, I feel like you're moving past that, and I feel like you're aligning yourself because now you're aligning yourself with true love because now you're older, you're wiser, and I feel like, it's interesting. I feel like You know, when people gravitate towards the bad boy or the bad girl, you know, it's almost like there's something within them that knows intrinsically they're going to get burnt. We all go through that. It's like a moth to a flame, okay? And it's, you know, you persist at the situations that keep hurting and keep hurting and keep hurting. There's something within you that needs to be healed in order to align yourself with healthy love. So if that's you, I feel like you're being really honest with yourself. And I'm sending you a huge hug, because many, many years ago, when I got really honest with myself and I said, why am I going to these sort of people? Why am I attracted to this same sort of cycle? It was something within me that felt like I was not good enough to receive healthy love. I thought that healthy love was maybe boring, or that it wasn't passionate, it wasn't exciting. We always go for the thing that we think is really exciting, but actually we trick ourselves, I feel sometimes, and we make excuses for people's behavior, and believe that perhaps the scenario will change, when actually we're actually lying to ourselves. So I feel like something here in your world, I'm just giving you that as a scenario because that's the energy I feel right now. It's almost like I always feel like in the energy that I'm feeling right now from the water, it's like it will get better. Oh, it will get better. Maybe it will change. I feel like now you're like being really honest with yourself. Maybe I will change. Maybe I will put a stop to these situations. So I feel like you're going and getting what you truly deserve and desire, okay? Also, I feel I'm going to pull a quick card on that Hermit and the Nine of Wands. Can you please clarify? Whoa, straight away. That's a lot of cards. We have the Temperance card. So in the same position, Temperance card. We've got the Six of Cups. We've got the Three of Cups. We've got the Five of Wands. We've got the World. We've got the Star. Yeah, there's definitely something here that you've been in a cycle with that needs healing. The Temperance card says it throws you out of alignment. It completely just throws you into chaos, whatever this situation is. Now, the Six of Cups is in the reverse. And the Six of Cups in reverse tends to be about things returning, okay, or thinking back, nostalgia, things from the past. And with this in the resistance position, well, it's in the reverse position, I feel like sometimes we are unrealistic about things changing, or we're unrealistic with our time frames, because we got the Temperance card, feeling a little bit impatient. So I feel like we have to be honest with ourselves as what is achievable. Don't beat yourself up. If you've given yourself 20 things to do in a day and you've only managed to achieve 3, you're setting yourself up for a fall. You've got to be realistic about your time. So for example, say, I'm going to do these 3 big things in my world. They're important. And then you smash those things out of the park. You feel like you're achieving more, and you get a sense rising up in you that you want to do more and more and more, okay? Also, with the Six of Cups, this tends to be a card that is about past love. So if you're in a cycle with a person who keeps returning to you, or there is some sort of cycle that returns to you that is not fulfilling in terms of your emotional needs, I feel, you may be conflicted, but I feel your friends and everybody is supporting you to sort of end this cycle and heal from it, because the World card is right there, which means you're closing down a cycle, you're moving into something new. For some of you, this is a challenge. No, they want me to stop with that. They want me to pause with that, the challenge bit. I'll come to that in a moment. They actually want me to go to these 2 cards. They want you to be aware with the Star card of healing and, seeking other options or having a new focus. The Page of Air is new focus, okay? Cause for greater investigation. There could also be someone who keeps tabs on you, keeps their eye on you, comes back into your world often. They tend to do it when you're finally getting over them or when you're moving on. I mean, that could also be narcissistic behavior. So just be mindful of that person. But I feel like it's almost like if they can't have you, no one can. They're keeping you in a suspended kind of energy. So just be mindful of that. I feel like you're healing from this, and it has taken you a while, okay? It's going to take as long as it takes, but there is hope on the other side, and I feel like you can see the end in sight. Also, I feel like you're going to be talking to somebody very new in March, towards the end of March, 3rd week. I feel like you're going to be talking to somebody new, and I feel like they stimulate your brain first. You're like, oh, this person's really like, I feel like the conversation is flowing, and then I feel the energy starts to bubble up between you, and then there's attraction. Okay, that's if you're looking for new love, just so you're aware. For some of you, you've been working really hard, training to do something. I feel like you have a personal goal smashed right out of the park. I feel with that Three of Cups, the Five of Wands tends to be about being in training or battling away at something to be the best at that. So I feel like you are going to achieve something that is a cause for celebration. And the World card says you're going to be in the right place, the right time to receive this success. The World card it's about you having a deeper understanding of you completing something. And it always had to be this way. So some of you are going to be tying up loose ends. Some of you are actually establishing yourselves as business owners. Some of you are thinking about business partnership, because the Two of Cups can also be about business partnership. And if you're doing that, I would definitely have a contract in place with that Justice card. But I feel a lot of you are doing things that you haven't done before, or you're doing things that you've been thinking about doing for a long time. And I feel like you may feel a little bit like conflicted, but actually you're protected and redirected. So if you felt like there was a rejection or there was some sort of missed opportunity in your world, Spirit's saying that wasn't for you. This is even better, and this is for you. On the World card, you got the big, huge victory wreath right there. So I feel like there's something here that is exciting for you and brings you a lot of success and peace. Now, finally, to close your reading, I'm going to give you a wonderful Personal Power Oracle deck by DREWIT. Thank you so much. Things that you're meant to remember. I am supported. Like, we got that message all through your reading. You are supported by Spirit, okay? They are redirecting you to something greater. And it is number 9, another number 9, okay? So remember that. Very important. I think 9. Now, I can't tell what happened there. I put it down. I'm going to have to check on the camera, because I feel Spirit just moved the stone on the card, but I'm scrolling at the same time as the reading, so I can't honestly say whether perhaps my sleeve caught it, so I'm going to have to check that out on the camera. But just check that stone. The cards or the stone seem to, something out of the corner of my eye moved, but it may have been this that caught it. So I'm going to check that out on the camera. But sometimes Spirit have a wonderful way of making their presence known in my readings. I love it when they do it on camera, because it just sort of solidifies everything for everybody. Okay. Now we've also got the I Am Abundant card, and you are absolutely, no pentacles showed up in your reading. That doesn't mean that there are not pentacles coming your way. Okay. I feel like something that, some really good news is coming in your way. And I feel like your confidence is the key to your success. So I feel like you will be rewarded. There is a cause for celebration. She's drinking a big old sort of champagne glass there. And there's loads of dollars in the background. So I'm abundant. It's number 34. When you reduce it, 3 + 4 is 7, which is the Chariot card. That is your success right there. Okay, I'm just going to give you a trinket as well before we close the reading. Thank you so much. Oh, wow. My gosh, I didn't even feel that coming up. Normally I feel this as being different from everything else, but it was actually stuck. Oh my gosh, I realized what it's stuck in. The engagement ring. This is crazy. I'm loving that. Anyway, some of you are definitely going to be, if you're in a relationship, your person is definitely going to pop the question very, very soon, if not March, on the cusp between March and April. As I feel like it's at the end of the month. But the ring basically is about things coming full circle. Also, it is about value. Very important. It doesn't always have to be about an engagement ring. It's about value, how you value yourself. Okay. And this is about things, there is romantic potential in March as well. So I feel like the person that you meet can lead to a higher level of commitment. Thank you so much. I'm truly grateful. They're showing me, you're capable of great things under pressure, okay? That's what they're showing me here. My gosh, they're giving me so much at once. They're actually giving me the Queen song, Under Pressure. I love that, because they're trying to get a point over to me for you. So either you just heard that song Under Pressure by Queen, or it's going to come on the radio after you hear this reading, or it's going to be a song that plays at a poignant moment in your March. It may be that you're out getting your groceries and it plays in the store, and then all of a sudden you receive a call that's of importance or something like that, or a message. So please take it as it resonates and remember that song for March. But as you can see, like diamonds, they form under pressure. Okay, you know, they're just lumps of coal until pressure is put on, and then they show their true worth and they become the diamond. So I feel like you are, they want it on the Chariot card. I feel like being your authentic self, I mean, having an authentic heart, one that is, you know, you're crystal clear about what it is you want to do. I feel like this is also something that you'll be connecting to in March. You have a beautiful heart, my beautiful Aquarians, both inside and out. And I feel like your heart is going to shine through, your pure heart is going to shine through. That doesn't mean, you know, that you're an absolute angel. None of us are all angels, but I feel like your pure heart, you have pure intentions, and I feel like it will take you to where you want to go, okay? Oh, wow. They're also giving me a song, another song, which is Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. Now, I know that that was all about, you know what. So, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. Maybe your name's Lucy. I mean, they keep thinking about diamonds, so maybe it's about you shining like a diamond. Did that come up in your reading your last reading? I feel like it did. They want this on the Chariot card as well. But I mean, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, I feel like this is about your potential rather than, you know, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. I mean, someone said once, and I don't know if this is true or not, someone said once it was about LSD, so I'm not really sure, so please take it as it resonates. But I feel like it's not that you're going to be taking a big load of, you know, a big batch of LSD in March. I mean, you may be. I'm not here to judge anyway which way you decide to lead your life, but I feel it's more about your potential, and that you are, you know, becoming successful and surviving and thriving under pressure. Okay, and we've also got the Elephant. So the Elephant is all about heavy lifting. Also, it is about peace, serenity, you being an empath. Elephants are beautiful creatures. They're so serene, but if you cross an elephant, my gosh, they'll trample all over everything. Okay, so they do have a temper, but they'd rather live in peace. And I feel like that really connects to the beginning of your reading. Okay, so also if you can see with that elephant, it's got a heart on its ear. So that's about being compassionate or listening, being a good listener. Also, whenever there is an obstacle in the way, elephants, they get their trunk, they remove it, and they walk on. So I feel like you're moving through any obstacles to get to where you want to go. And again, of course, they want it on the Chariot card. So I feel like your heart is leading you to where you need to go, but you must remember, value yourself, value your ideas, value your heart. You are worth everything that you truly want to achieve. Okay, so I'll leave it there. Thank you so much, my beautiful Aquarians. I hope something resonated in this reading for you. If it does, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is very important for me. Thank you so much, my beautiful Aquarians. Love and light.